Hello everyone! Today we're taking a look at Maldita Castilla, a freeware game for the PC that was released not long ago. This is a game that really tries to emulate the look and feel of an arcade game from the mid to late 80s. Specifically Ghouls and Ghosts, and you'll see that in a bit. But for right now, let's just watch the story. So demons have invaded the kingdom of Castile, and our heroes, these guys, have to push them back to where they came. I like how this game really nails the whole look and sound of an arcade game from that time. And there go our compatriots riding away in a wagon. I don't know why Ramiro jumped off, but for whatever reason, we're in a graveyard where all Ghouls and Ghosts games have to begin. And I say Ghouls and Ghosts more so than Ghosts and Goblins or Super Ghouls and Ghosts because we can shoot up and down. And there's no double jump. This game was made by Maldita, who has made a number of other freeware PC games. I think his most well-known game was Hydora, which was a side-scrolling space shoot-'em-up. Now, we can get weapons, of course, like a Ghouls game can. However, let's see. We have the sword. Let's try the axe. There aren't as many weapons in this game as you might have from a Ghouls and Ghosts game. There are only 4. I don't use the axe too much in this game for the same reason I don't use it in a Ghouls game. It flies in an arc, and I don't find it to be that useful. Our character, Don Ramiro, he's a bit tougher than our... Oh no, we're in Zombie Town. Zombies are coming out of the houses. Zombie homeowners. And, yeah, Don Ramiro is a bit tougher than Arthur, as he can take not 2 hits, but 3. You can see the hearts in the upper left-hand corner. And you can also see that we have 3 lives to work with. We have infinite continues, so we can play as long as we need to beat the game, but it would be preferable to... Oh no! Naked zombies! With headless and handless naked zombies, and they seem rather agitated. By the way, Ramiro is a rather pious man, so if we ever see anything like a cross or anything like that, we might just want to do this and get something for it. That's actually more important to know than you might think. We got a shield, our first secondary item we found. That'll take a hit for us, if necessary. And, oh, what's going on up there? That headless zombie, he's looking for his head. That pile of heads, he can't find it. Poor zombie. Stop that. Let's rob this corpse. He has a little bit of money on him. Doesn't seem like the thing Ramiro would do, but okay, whatever. And our first boss, Beheaded Knight, because everyone around here has had their head cut off. Actually, while the game is free, if you donate money to Maldita, you can download the manual of the game in PDF format. And it actually explains sort of a little bit of backstory about this town and all the enemies that you meet throughout the game, and why everyone's beheaded, what happened when the demons came. And Beheaded Knight is not much of a challenge. Got fairies, fairy companions, who will help us throughout the game. Let's see what they got. They're giving us a flower. How nice. The flower gives us our own fairy companion that will shoot when we shoot. I think that the fairy is the best of the secondary items. Look at this fat executioner. He's fat and he has no shirt. Like I said, the manual does have some nice art, and does give a bit more backstory as to what's up. I can't get that crown up there now because I got knocked off. That crown's a 1-up. I would like to have that, but I guess not. Let's get another weapon, because I don't really like the axe. Let's get the sickle. And as we look at this wall, I mentioned that Ramiro is a pious man and might want to pay attention to, say, crosses and such. And something you might not notice is there's a little cross etched in the wall that we might just want to hit, and yeah, there we go. Mora's tear. We saw in the intro that Mora, hold on, barrels. Mora is the witch whose tears created the key that opened the gate that the demons came through. So, Mora's tears might be maggots might be a useful thing to collect. There's Boss Maggot. He's going away for now, though. We can't do anything with Mora's tears right now, but we can see that we have one in the upper right-hand corner. So that seems like it might be an important thing to keep note of, even if there's nothing we can do with it right now. I'm not a fan of how that tear was hidden, by the way. That was... Oh, here's Boss Maggot again, Zarampla. Time to fight him. Yeah, I don't really like how that Mora's tear was hidden, because it's actually a very important item, and it's barely noticeable. This game was actually made in Game Maker, as I saw by looking at Locomalito's website, which I was quite surprised by and impressed with, because I don't have too much experience with Game Maker games, but when you think about games that were made with like a software package like that, I generally don't think of things as high quality as this, because this seems very good to me. This seems excellent. And Boss Maggot dies a very bloody death. I got a no-miss bonus, whatever that means. I think it might mean I didn't die. Alright, here's our friends. We got back on the wagon with them. Don't know why we jumped off in the first place. Oh no, we're being attacked by Harpies. Fortunately, Quesada and Mendoza here can fight them themselves, so they're not just going to stand around. This game is not too long. I think I could probably beat it in a little over an hour at this point. Of course, I couldn't do that when I first started playing it, but now I'm pretty sure I could. Fortunately, it doesn't do the Ghouls and Ghosts thing where it forces you to play it a second time. However, there are multiple endings. So far, I've gotten 2, and they've both been bad endings, and... Oh no, Quesada! We've lost one of our guys already. It's just the beginning of the game. So I think that there's going to be 3 endings in the game. I assume that the 3rd is going to be the good ending, because I haven't gotten that yet. Well, we reached the end of Harpy's Road, but we lost one of our guys. Poor Quesada. For some reason, we're jumping off the wagon again, and Ramiro decides he has to stay here, but we're going to meet our friends back in the forest. Wherever that is, because it seems like the whole thing is a forest. And apparently Harpies hatch from eggs fully formed. I learned something today. A new secondary item, the winged boots. Unfortunately, we lose our fairy when we pick it up, because we can only have 1 secondary item at a time. The winged boots lets us jump a little higher than normal. I don't see too much of a difference. but there is a little bit of a difference. Let's pick up the last weapon we haven't seen. The iron balls, which are my favorite weapon, because they have the widest range. You don't have to be so accurate when throwing these iron balls. Got a second Morris tier. Again, they might be a little useful to pick up as you go through the game. Maybe at some point you might wanna have those. All right, good. We got our fairy back. Only have 1 heart left. Well, I want to try to get that no miss bonus again, right? I think I mentioned that there are infinite continues in the game. However, you want to try to beat the game by using less than 4. Because if you use 4, you lock yourself into one of the bad endings. And it doesn't come as a surprise. You get a message after using the 4th continue that implies that you're heading towards the bad ending. One of the bad endings. So to get the good ending, it seems that you have to beat the game by using less than 4 continues, which doesn't seem like the easiest thing. I think it's going to take quite a bit of practice before I get that. What? Gandalf the Green, what's the meaning of this? Almost dead, but we might actually be able to get the no-miss bonus. I don't know why that's so important. It's just, what, a few points. But I just, like... that was my own fault. I knew that was going to happen while I was in the middle of the jump. Something I should mention is that the controls in this game, I think, are very good. It hasn't been the case that I've died and felt that it was the game's fault. Like, every time I've died, I've known that it was my own fault. Like there, when I died, I knew in the middle of it that I didn't give myself... I knew I didn't jump close enough to the edge. I wasn't going to make it. I'm playing the game with the Xbox 360 controller, which the game works with without needing any configuration. Haven't tried the keyboard controls, though. Just seems like a game that I would play with a gamepad, though. Yeah, I didn't get the no-miss bonus. I guess that is when you don't die. And even though the land is in crisis and people are dying horribly, we're just gonna take some time off for a bonus game where we kill bugs that are playing flutes. And they drop progressively better items, and we got a 1-up, which is really what I wanted from this. Again, I really like the music in this. I know that a lot of retro games do emulate, you know, the older style of games from older consoles, older arcade games, but this game, like I said, I think really nails it in all respects. The music, I believe, was done by someone going by the name of, I think it was Grisor87. I think I got that right. I think he might make the music for all of Loco Malito's games. But I think that the music in this game really gets the time period and the platform. The iron balls can also go through floors, which I think that's the only weapon that can do that. So far, the game really isn't that difficult in the parts that I've played. It does get pretty hard in some parts at the end, though. It looks like that the inhabitants of the castle are dead. And oh, the game is telling us to go down. But if we look across this pit, it looks like that there is a hallway over here to the right. So let's go down here and see what might be down here. Trying to be careful, because I only have the one heart left. And we enter I guess the royal bedchamber. Don't know why the king wasn't in the castle. Maybe he retreated to the town after the demons invaded. And we come to a dead end. However, there is a treasure chest here that we can open, and there's a metal key. We lose our fairy when we get it, because the key is a secondary item. And we might just want to stop to kneel before this, because there's an invincibility potion, you know. And that allows us to walk right through the traps that have magically appeared. And now let's go down. Invincibility doesn't last very long, though. And we get a 1-up. Great. So like I said, I've just been really enjoying this game. And it's just very impressive that this is the work of all just one guy, well, aside from the music, which was a separate person. But according to the website, Maldita did this himself, and the length of the project was 20 months. Oh, look at this dancing skeleton. Look at he's all jovial, he's jolly. And he explodes when we shoot him, as skeletons will do. And when we go this way, we get to a locked door, which we can use our key to open. And what might be behind the locked door? But the third Morris tier, which again might be kinda something you might want to pick up when you find them. Just might be something a little important to get. We have 3 of them now. If we remember the intro of the game, when it showed that Morris Tears became a key, it looked like that there were 5 of them. Again, if you're going to play the game, and I recommend that you do, if you're going to play the game, that just might be something you might want to keep in mind. Oh, Old Man Scorpion. Manticore was not much of a problem after all. Meat! Alright, so... not talking too much during this part because it does kind of require a bit of concentration. I'd rather not see if falling down would kill me or if I would just land at the bottom of the shaft. Because I'm not actually sure which way that goes. If this counts as a pit that I would automatically die if I fell in. Almost there. And I already have the weapon I want. Alright, let's go into this glowing red room that we have to go into, and oh no, the library's being burned. All of those books, all of that knowledge gone. And apparently the library is so big that we actually have a sea of fire and islands made of books. Thank you for the invincibility. However, if we fall in the pit of fire, that will still kill us. Invincibility will not help in that case. Alright. Crazy Coyote, is this your doing? Crazy Coyote is invincible normally. And we can't actually hurt him, except when he jumps into the fire, then he comes back down, and I guess his metal is all hot and soft. I guess that's how that works. Then we can hurt him. If only he didn't jump into the fire, we would have no way of hurting him. But then he is crazy after all, so we can't explain why he does what he does. Uh-oh, I'm almost out of time. I didn't even notice that. We still can beat him if he jumps back up into the fire. Yeah, come back down right now, please. Okay, that was very close. Didn't even notice I was almost out of time. Okay, and a whole 2 seconds left. Plenty of time. No miss bonus. Alright, I think that's enough for this video as we enter the swamp of Malaventura. So like I said, the name of the game is Maldita Castilla. I really like it, I enjoy it a lot. Like I said, I've beaten it twice now, got 2 bad endings, and I'm still working on trying to get the good ending, which requires beating the game in under 4 continues. So as you can see what kind of game it is, it's very ghouls and ghostish. You probably already know if you like a game like that. If you do, I really recommend playing this, because it really scratches that itch, and it's some of the most fun that I've had, actually, recently playing video games. I mean, usually, I play a lot of indie games, and you've seen me do that watching these videos, but this is really of a higher quality than a lot of the games I have played, which is kind of funny, because it's free. Anyway, like I said, Maldita Castilla, made by Loco Maldito. You can get it at his website, as well as you can also take a look at the other games he's released. I really recommend it, and again, it's free on PC.